as you saw by that intro, some of those worlds weren't the greatest. World is playing up. Well, the torches. I took it apart because I did a bit more than I showed you guys last time. Spent ages, took it apart, rebuilt it a few times. It seems to be arcing out inside the torch. So I've ordered a new torch. It's just not here yet. So I need to make those worlds look pretty. What can you see? The other thing I need to do is sort out these side bits. On one side, I've come a couple of mil over with the main tube work, which is no big deal because the actual bit of the frame angled in a few more degrees. Everything's all central. I've checked everything. It all lines up bloody lovely. So I need to make some panels and I wanted to blend that into what's there on the frame already. Let me show you. So I need to make some panels that come down here and line up to this and then box the back and the front in. That will solve my problem here as well. But yeah, what I mean is, see this side of the frame, it sticks out 4 mil. No, yeah, was it 4 mil? Yeah, it was 4 mil. This sticks out this way. And then on the other side, and on this side, this sticks out about 7 mil. Like, listen, you're never going to notice it, but it's because this bit of frame angles in more a couple of degrees. So yeah, I need to make a couple of panels. Let me go find some cardboard. Then I can blend it in nicely down to here. Yeah, Welder was not playing ball. Was not playing ball at all. Yeah, Welder is... I keep saying Welder. The torch is buggered. The torch is buggered. It was stopping. I thought it was the rollers at first. Spent ages going through it all. But yeah, new torch on route. But it's put kilos and kilos and kilos through that torch. So whatever. Some tracing. As a grown adult, random bits of cardboard just aren't a thing. I don't eat pizza, so pizza boxes are the best, but I never have any. Let's have a look. Let's join those lines up, cut that off. So I want to do something like that. I've got a slight curve in it, or butt it up against the bottom. Butt it up against the bottom, that'd be quite nice. I haven't got much room. And then let's get around the back. And join that up. So that's... Alright, let's get rid of that. There's our bottom line. I can always add on when it comes to making the metal template. But yeah, for someone who wings it, this is pretty advanced. So yeah, that sits quite nicely. I'm going to add a bit more. What I'm going to do, the trailing edge is nice. I'm going to add a bit more on the front edge when I make the piece. Let's see how it fits on the other side. Fits the same on the other side. And then what I can do, I can bring it a bit higher on this side and get rid of that asymmetrical look. Again, not that it matters. Yeah, I think even the box on this side might be slightly. Let me take some measurements in a sec. Or not bother, who gives a shit. I just need to work out a way to make this neater. Bring it up, I guess, on the back and on there. And that'll get rid of this. Right, I've made one of them, and I'm not 100% about it, so I'm gonna leave that for now, and I'm gonna work on something that has to be done, sorting out the electrics. And by sorting out the electrics, I mean working out a home for all this gear on the back. Now, I know I want to, quite soon work out some bodywork for the back of the bike. But before I can do that, I need to make some sort of a tray, or at least this side, yeah, it'll be a tray that houses the fuse box. There's a couple of relays there, the ECU. I also need to work out how and where I'm going to mount this preload adjuster. So I'm going to move on to doing that, because again, I'm not too sure about those side bits yet. So yeah, let's do that instead. I need some sort of a tray back here. I want to keep everything above this bottom line. So I need to weld a tray in, have a bolt-in tray. I guess what I should do is make a tray that fits in the recess, and then depending on how I'm going to attach the bodywork, just not attach it just yet. So I've got that, the ECUs here. So I guess the first thing to do is make a template of this area. I want to sit it within the tube work. I guess the plan I've got is to have some sort of bracket that goes over, drilled right through, and then maybe have some sort of a pass through that goes up and bolts onto the bodywork. Again, I'm not 100% on exactly how I want to do this. And as if by magic, an Amazon envelope appears. I'm not a big Amazon user, so yeah, one of these turning up is well handy, because it's great cardboard for stuff like this. So if I square this up about there, That's not going to work because I can't see what I'm tracing. I'll tape it down, use some magnets. I'm struggling with this. I'm just not with it lately. Oh, I could come up from here and over. That'll make it super neat. Super neat. I can make it in 2 pieces. Yeah. And get some magnets. So I'm going to cut this out and then I'm going to make the metal piece bigger. Because obviously, depending on the angle the pen went in. So yeah. I'm going to go bang on these lines, which I know are off. Because again, angle of the pen, not an easy thing to trace out and get right. Well, maybe it is for some people. Maybe I'm missing something. That is quite a common occurrence. But I want a rough shape so I can get the metal close and then I can finesse it and get it to slot right in. Oh, that's so complicated, cos. And when I'm doing something boring like this, rather than click off completely and fuck my engagement, just skip forward a bit, hooks a brother up and costs you nothing. So something like that. So for this build, I've decided if it can't be seen, I'm going to keep it simple. Like, so yeah, that'll fit in there. I need to add a bit more to that corner. So, oh. That's the thing, I don't want it to fall through. So from here to here, add. And then we're good there, we're good there, we're good there. So yeah, let me make that, let me cut that out in a piece of steel. Be back in 17 hours. At this stage, it's a fair bit of back and forth and seeing what fits, but I'm really close. So that's looking quite nice, actually. I need to find a way to level it. Yeah. I guess I'm going to weld it in. And then that way I can drill the tube for like some pass-through inserts, whatever they are, so the bodywork can go on. But I guess, yeah, that's, you know, what I'm aiming for. All right. Now where to put everything. And then I've got to work out a way for things to come through. And all right, that's a starting point. Yeah, I need to find a way to clamp it down, hold it in place while I mock stuff up, because that's going to get frustrating really quickly. Yeah, considering that this was, you know, handmade and was never going to be perfect, it's actually not too bad. Like, again, no one's going to see that. No one. It's one of those times where overthinking actually helps. So what I need to do is make the return piece that's going to go in here and butt up against this. That'll actually make my life easier with this final shape. So looking at it now, I will have to take a bit more off the back end. So yeah, let's make that piece. Let's get the measuring tools out. So that's the bits I've got to get up here. Let's work out. So ECU can go a bit further up. And then the plugs reach nicely. And then I've got room to tuck that down there neatly. So that's ECU can go sort of there. All right. And then this is going to be the highest end. And the fuse box is the tallest part. So that can go kind of here. As long as I've got room for it. Yep, cables, that'll work. And then various relays. Well, no, if I put the fuse box over this side, relays can go in the middle, and then there's room for that cable to pass through. And then I've got the diagnostic port. So, do I make some 3D printed trays or standoffs? Standoffs, I'd say. Yeah. All right. Let's make some standoffs. Now that I put the return piece in the front, this is going to need more trimming. But again, at this stage, I'd rather just get something done so I can put a video out and have something finished, getting close to being able to make some body work. Right, I'll take back what I've just said. I do actually have to finish this off first. I have to get this sat in its right place. So fuse box, the 2 relays, ECU, and I think there was a tip over sensor thing, but I'd like to hide that somewhere else. It doesn't need to go back there. I want this return panel to drop in like naturally into that point of the bike. So let's mark all this out. That there. Get that there. Just gradually work on it till it fits. So yeah, it's got those 2 little notches cut out. Just trying to get all these little notchy shapes in. Right, so I'm going to be sensible. That's in place. What I need to do now, I know exactly where this is going to stop and finish and what angle it's going to sit at. So I need to get it to drop down. Rather than avoiding the boring stuff, I've got to do it just so I don't end up with a bunch of catch-up work. Right, that works really well. That fits nicely. That fits good. I just rough cut it with the plasma cutter. Slots in. What I need to do now is I need to move the bike bench. I'm going to have to get help with the wife to do that. From the wife, with the wife, help from the wife. Just so I can use the TIG to tack this to this. Yeah, get that tacked in place. Obviously the MIG's playing up and that torch still hasn't turned up. Because I still need this to be removable for the moment. At least then I can drop it in place. And then, yeah, it's one more thing done. Right, while the wife was helping me move the bike, I moved the tank out of the way. Then I realised it's going to be really short because the seat, I want the seat to come round the tank and end about here. So, yeah, obviously fuse box can't go there, so everything's got to come a bit further up. I do have the room for it, and I've got some space down here as well. So what I'm going to do now, we've moved it. I think that's going to look fucking great, especially once that's notched in. That'll go forward a tiny bit. Yeah, I'm chuffed with that. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I've moved the bike, the TIG torch reaches. I'm going to tack that into place. Right, that slides in and out quite nicely. Yep, that'll do. That'll do for now. And then I can finish welding that up. Slots in nicely. Yeah. Sits flat at the bottom. That's great. I'm happy with how that's gone in. As usual, I thought I'd get a lot more done than I actually did. But after sticking the tank on and remembering how short this back end's got to be, I think it's best that I'm going to have a seat mock-up maybe next week. I need to figure out a way to stack the ECU, the fuse box, or maybe put the fuse box underneath, under the seat. Don't know yet. I don't even know how I'm going to make the seat. What I do, it's going to be fiberglass. And I kind of want it to go round the tank. So maybe next week I can mess around with some cardboard and start designing the tail unit, or at least work out where it starts and stops. But again, thanks for watching, guys. And like I said earlier, if I'm doing something boring, just skip ahead. Yeah, sweet. Have a great week.
Hey, bark, bark.